we're Embrace the Suck 21.
Yep.
I'm still Spencer.
And I will remain Daniel.
And we doing a little F1 today. I've got my NASCAR memorabilia here for that.
Very nice. Very nice.
So we're checking out the documentary Senna. I believe it's from Netflix of Ayrton Senna, like one of the most decorated and celebrated figures in Formula One.
Yep, I've seen his name so many times in the comments. I'm here for this.
His name pops up all the time. So he was our vote for this week's documentary. If y'all want to vote on documentaries, we do that every other week over on our Patreon, link in the description. You ready to go in?
Man, always. Let's do this. I'm always ready to learn.
Because it's a motorsport, I'm going to say, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's
go. There you go.
78, I came to Europe for the first time to compete outside Brazil in the World Championship. It was pure driving, pure racing. There wasn't any politics, no money involved either. So it was real racing.
Aquela aventura de andar em kart e ficasse só nisso. No entretanto, está tomando uma dimensão maior e a gente se preocupa um pouco pelo fato da Fórmula 1 de vir por aí, né?
Que Deus proteja ele sempre de todos os perigos, que é o que eu mais temo. Eu quero agradecer ele pelo filho que ele é, por esse ano que ele fez de trabalho honesto e bem feito. Isso é mais importante que qualquer título para mim.
Few people really do know myself. They just don't understand what it takes from a racing driver, somebody that has left behind thousands of miles away, family and friends, to live in Europe, being so young and always in a fighting way. Nothing ever has come easy.
Chegou o grande momento. Ayrton está pronto para pilotar pela primeira vez um carro de Fórmula 1.
Eu acho que Deus está me dando um presente que eu vim esperando há muito tempo. E ele está me ajudando também muito a ficar calmo, tranquilo, uma boa.
Yeah, so it must have been obvious from an early age that this dude had talent, and he came up out the mud when it came to his upbringing. I mean,
I like that. I like that they showed the karting.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. I mean, that's for most people that start. I mean, most motorsports in general these days, even NASCAR, like go-karting is where a lot of people start. I mean, mostly go-karting was the start of many F1 drivers, IMSA drivers, other rallying type drivers. For NASCAR, it's mostly dirt tracks and local short tracks in late models, but go-karting, that's definitely a path for like when you're a lot younger. Like
Got it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Got it. Because I was just like, wow, karting took him around the world first.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I never would have associated karting with like a pro league level karting. I never in a million years. Go-karts are something that kids have in the backyard.
Yeah, those types of karts that those kids are on, they're not, the Ocean City State Fair type go-karts. They're really souped up, competitive go-karts. Like, I've done a few of them. I've done on my Motorsports channel. Those, that you got to put your arms into it and leg up
hell yeah.
with them. So
hell yeah. No, but it's interesting. Type. It's interesting, man. And it's like, it's just so cool how I guess, I don't know. I have no, predisposition or I don't have any preconceived notions of who he was, but I just felt like maybe I don't know why I didn't put this part of the beginning of the story together. I was like, okay, he's an F1 driver. He always was an F1 driver. He was born into it. I don't know why. It makes more sense. He just came from the bottom up.
Yeah. Came up through the ranks. Like, Many compare him to like he's to F1 what Dale Earnhardt was to NASCAR, kind of a rough around the edges, could make a good good day out of a bad car type of driver.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Bom, Ayrton, você que não conhecia a cidade é muito bonita. Agora, essas ruas são boas para passear, né? Para correr, muito estreita, né?
É, realmente, eu cheguei aqui em cima da hora, fiquei impressionado com o lugar, porque eu nunca tinha estado aqui em Mônaco.
Monaco.
Mas na pista em si, saindo nas primeiras voltas, eu felizmente consegui me adaptar rápido. Agora, você não tem margem de erro. Um erro significa um acidente aqui. Mas, até o momento, eu estou contente.
Eu já viajava muito correndo atrás da Fórmula 1 quando o Ayrton começou a se destacar da Fórmula 1, quando estava na Toleman. Toleman era uma equipe que não era vencedora, o carro não era um vencedor e não seria possível ele vencer nenhuma corrida. Por isso, o que o Ayrton fez em Mônaco já é assim coisa de um gênio.
After a superb start, has got away in the lead. It's Nigel Mansell second, the two Ferraris third and fourth. Nicky Lauda is in fifth position. Sixth is Rosberg. Seventh is Manfred Winkelhoff. Eighth is Ayrton Senna. And Senna has come up through the field. He started in 13th place and he's now 7th.
Wow. Ooh.
Man, having gotten a taste of the Monaco course, like, that's a very short and very technical track. So to advance that many positions, like, that takes some real freaking skill right there.
I bet, man. I bet, because like what the guy was saying before, it's a very tight course, right? Very tight.
Very tight course.
And so he's always overtaking people. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. And with from what they're saying, a very underfunded team, not one of the big dogs of the time.
Wow. Wow.
Jetland off goes Nigel Mansell. Ayrton Senna has now passed Nicky Rosberg and is in third place.
Muito apetite, passa por Nicky Lauda. Assume a segunda posição, Ayrton Senna.
Wow.
Do ponto mais perigoso do circuito.
That's crazy.
But I think we are watching the arrival of Ayrton Senna as truly outstanding talent. He's catching Alain Prost at something like 3 seconds of that.
Wow.
It is a truly staggering performance.
Prost is waving his hand at the officials. He wants to stop the race, and who can blame him?
From a purist and a dispassionate point of view, no reason to stop the race.
Yeah, keep it going.
There's an official in front of me with a red flag.
Vão parar a prova.
And the checkered flag is going out.
Inacreditável.
And Prost is stopping. And Senna crosses the line before he gets there.
Então vibra muito, ergue o seu braço.
What?
Seja como vencedor na prova. Se ela continua por algumas voltas, tenho a certeza de que o Ayrton chegava para passar ele aí.
Wow.
Existia a grande possibilidade de eu ganhar, mas até que você cruzasse a linha de chegada em primeiro lugar, seria impossível fazer uma previsão. A Fórmula 1 é política, é muito dinheiro, e enquanto você está chegando lá, você tem que passar por isso.
Wow.
Okay. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of old F1 heads in here debating who won this race, Alain Prost or Ayrton Senna. Senna won that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the stand right now.
Yeah.
Like, I've been told that there's a big rivalry between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. Like, again, NASCAR analogy, that would be a comparison of Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon of the 90s. So that's
but
like the fact that F1 stopped the race then.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Why were they giving Alan Prost little bitch boy
preference?
The preference.
Yeah, like you don't get to call the race. You're there to race, and a racer's heart and ethos is to race, no matter what.
Yeah,
and
it's not like everybody was spinning out. Not everybody was. They could control their own cars. Stop being a little bitch. Learn how to race in the rain and finish the goddamn race.
That's what you're supposed to do. But I mean, it's just not. It's different. It's different when I guess when companies have poured millions into you.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, let's protect our racer and our product and err on the caution of being safe. It makes it, you water it down. I mean, I know it's raining, watered down pun, but like still, like, but still, like, I get it. It'd be like the coach that wanted to bench Michael Jordan when he was sick. I get why you would want to, but that's not what he wants to. But the fact that Prost wanted to stop it is ridiculous.
Yeah, like they shouldn't have folded to F1. F1 shouldn't have folded to him. Come on now. Ugh. That makes me mad.
Yeah.
Tragic result for Senna. However, he's not about to be world champion this year. He will undoubtedly be world champion in the future if his career continues.
Ayrton Senna, a nova estrela da Fórmula 1. Pela primeira vez no pódio da vitória na Fórmula 1, depois de uma performance fantástica.
What about next year? Are you going to stay with the Tolman team? What are your plans now for? I don't know. At the moment. There's still no decisions and nothing clear. We have to wait more time to see what happens. You're not going to be satisfied until you're in a winning position, though, are you? I believe if you are doing something like competing, like motor racing, you either do well or forget it.
Lotus.
Lotus was the perfect place for Ayrton to move to. It was a team that had won championships and had won many Grand Prix, and they worked very, very hard around Ayrton to give his talent all the facilities that it needed to win.
When I first came to Formula 1 in '84, I was starting. So I had so much to learn and to achieve that any good result was a progress, was a motivation. Then I changed to a bigger team, to Lotus, and I still went up and up and up. And I'm still doing it. So even when I have some problems, I look always to the next race. Because maybe one race I have no chance, but next one or the next 5 will be good against one bad one. So you got to try to make the numbers bigger and bigger.
That there's literally a rephrasing of a quote from Dale Earnhardt. You can't let one bad moment ruin a bunch of good ones. So I'm getting the same vibes from that.
Yep.
Just had to point that out.
É mesmo pequeno, ele já tinha o que ele queria, ele fazia e, por exemplo, ele prestava atenção na aula para não precisar estudar em casa e ter tempo suficiente para brincar.
Smart.
There's no doubt that Senna came from a background of privilege.
Okay.
His family was very comfortably off. Once they'd recognized that his ambition was to be a racing driver, they had no problem backing his early efforts in go-karts. But it would be a great mistake to think that he was able to buy his way into Formula One. Senna himself realized that to make a serious, lasting impact on Formula One, he had to fight his way into it by virtue of his talent.
Okay, so that last part, that's where the Dale Earnhardt similarities end. and more of the Jeff Gordon similarities began, because Jeff Gordon was more, his family was more well off, and was able to get him a lot more opportunities in the beginning stages. Put him into go-karts and move him around to Indiana and then to North Carolina. So yeah, there's
that's Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt's similarities and differences, right?
Right. And Dale Earnhardt definitely had to come up through the mud to earn everything he had, as most old school NASCAR drivers did. But then again, Formula One, it's more of a worldwide thing. It's more money, more tucks in that one than does.
And I feel like we're not comparing one driver to Dale Earnhardt or Jeff Gordon. They're their own thing. It's that's what we're pulling from experiences that you are very familiar with.
Yeah, that's our reference points to this one.
Yes, we are not comparing an F1 driver to a NASCAR driver at all.
Right.
Just the mentalities.
Yeah, but you still clicked on it because it says NASCAR fan reacts. So
yeah.
Ayrton era gênio na chuva. E em qualquer condição dessas que tornasse a pista mais escorregadia, ele tinha algo mais.
Nice.
A corrida no Estoril foi incrível. Ele botou uma volta em cima de cada adversário.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
É uma sensação extraordinária. Eu estou realmente muito feliz porque no meu segundo ano da Fórmula 1 eu consegui cumprir o primeiro sonho, que era vencer o primeiro Grande Prêmio.
Wow.
It's a unique thing. It's like a drug. This is something so strong and so intense. And once you experience it, you keep searching for it all the time.
I'm Millie Okada from Japan TV, Fuji TV, and I'm just a TV personality and not news reporter, so
I see. So let's make a picture together.
もうセナさんのファンは日本にもたくさんいると思うんですけれどもね、本当にこう近くで私の方が緊張してるんですけど。Come and see Japan and see you in Japan.
Thank you. A little kiss. Bye bye.
Okay now.
Another kiss.
Okay.
There you go.
Mr. Popular here.
There's only one word that describes Ayrton's style, and that is fast. He would take the car beyond its design capabilities. He would brake later, fly into these corners where the car was just over the edge, and somehow he could dance a dance with that car to where it stayed on the track.
As I watched Ayrton.
Yeah, I could just see him, sliding that thing. He's doing some Tokyo drift, some dirt track in there with an F1 car.
That's wild, man. Because he just pedaled to the metal until he can't, right? It's just like fucking go. Just push it. That's so crazy, man.
Like he makes himself one with the car, makes himself one with the track. That is amazing.
Early career. What was very apparent was his pace and his dedication. But in the end, what you're looking for is an intellect. And I thought, this guy's got what it takes.
In the mid-'80s, McLaren was the team to beat. Ron Dennis was the best manager. Alain Prost was the best driver.
Alain Prost, whatever.
We all called Prost the professor because he would do methodically whatever it took to be ahead on points. If it meant coming fifth, he would hold a fifth place and collect those points rather than fighting for a second, third, or first place finish. And he certainly understood the politics of the sport, and he played that game smarter than anyone.
Ugh.
You know you're the professor of motor racing because you plan everything out and you know where you're going. Is that actually true?
I'm very realistic, so I think when I'm competitive, I know that I'm competitive. When I'm not, I know when I'm not. So
Why are there no women racing
I
drivers?
really don't know exactly why women are not very competitive in motor racing, especially in Formula 1. But you know, you're a beautiful woman, and I know somebody at McLaren who likes you very much, and I can arrange you.
Okay, now.
You know, if only someone would teach me how to drive a car, a racing car, I might be able to give up this job and.
It's not very important if I could not teach you.
Okay, now.
Oh, there you go.
Does your wife drive you home?
Man, the two top dogs of F1 at the time were
Yep.
kind of ladies' men.
Yep.
I mean, you still see that a bit in modern F1. You know, you still see the clout from around people like Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen. So
yeah,
that's some things don't change.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Like the knowledge of the politics and the racing and the like the loopholes, not necessarily loopholes because they're part of the racing organization for a reason, the point systems and stuff. There is a method to that madness too. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's just I feel like that racing smart or intelligently instead of pedal to the metal, just try to win every race is a different. It goes against the racer ethos of just try to win.
Right,
like,
right.
So
I feel like is going to make Ayrton Senna a lot more popular in the eyes of the fans than Alain Prost.
Yeah,
because he's a Mr. Excitement.
Yeah, he's if you're not first, you're last.
He's a Ricky Bobby.
He's a Ricky Bobby. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Oh man.
We're very confident that we have the best two drivers in the world.
Oh shit!
Two most professional drivers as well. And if we're not consistently in the winning circle next year, then we certainly won't be able to put the blame at the drivers.
It's a great opportunity for me, professional, and as a personal point of view, I feel very happy to work together with Alain.
O primeiro ano na McLaren foi ano muito decisivo na vida do Ayrton. Ele estava muito tenso, é como se o peso do mundo tivesse aqui nas costas dele, porque ele sentia exatamente a responsabilidade que agora ele tinha de provar que ele realmente era bom piloto.
This is going to be interesting because they're teammates. I mean, at the time, Senna wasn't really, hadn't really proved himself. I mean, he was on the up and up. He won the Portuguese Grand Prix, but at the same time, he still had a lot to prove. So I guess the rivalry had not budded at that time. So
yeah, and I mean, these are guys with two different race styles. And they're teammates, and don't teammates have to work together at times? So
at times, yeah, they don't have to be best friends, but you know they'll have to work with one another.
Man,
yeah, you're 100% right. One's more calculated, and one's more balls to the wall.
And that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Oh, that's a tough one, man.
That's like oil and water, man.
Yep. Yep.
Has for the first time in his career the car able to be world champion, and he does not want to let his chance going away. That's normal, and he's going to push on.
What about you?
It's a little bit different.
So you're gonna let it go?
I have a little bit more pressure than, I mean, you put me more pressure.
I think you could see smiles, but at the same time, some slightly strange body language as they realised just where they were and what was going to unfold. Alan, who obviously felt he was well nested down at McLaren, and the young pretender coming in and clearly threatening that position. Both had great intellects and both were very good racing drivers. Beating each other became far more challenging than beating the rest of the field.
Oh wow, a minute difference.
That day, I suddenly realized that I was no longer driving it conscious, and I was in a different dimension for me. The circuit for me was a tunnel, which I was just going, and I realized I was well beyond my conscious understanding.
Wow.
Man, it's like I said earlier, this dude became one with the car and one with the track.
Yep.
Like on a whole other different plane. Like,
dude, yeah.
Some things that not even the most hallucinogenic drugs from the 60s could make you,
yeah, man,
become connected with.
This man became racing. Like, he was just going through life. Like, he wasn't even at the wheel anymore. He was just, he was the race. I was like,
yeah, he became Lightning McQueen. He's like, I am speed.
Yeah, I am speed. Oh man! Now, was that a minute difference or a second difference? Because a minute difference is crazy.
It said 55 seconds. I just rounded it up to a minute.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, oh my god, that's a lifetime in racing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's
a minute. Is that?
God. For Monaco, like, I feel like it's a 2-minute course. I don't know, but I don't know. But that's a lot. It's a lot.
Ayrton was multiple seconds into the lead, had the race in hand, with only a handful of laps to go, and he received a radio message that said, "You are so far in the lead, slow down."
Excuse me?
Ayrton Senna has hit the wall. Ayrton Senna is out of his car and out of this race.
Oh my God!
Goes out of the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix.
Absolutely incredible.
He never wanted to beat me. He wanted to humiliate me. He wanted to show the people that he was much stronger, much better. And that was his weakness.
His post-accident emotion was pure anger with himself, and he couldn't cope with it at all. He actually walked back to his apartment, and it was 2 or 3 hours before he surfaced.
I just came to so close to perfection that weekend that I relaxed. And I opened windows for mistakes, and I learned that there. And since then, I progressively come back because I lost some confidence at that moment. And progressively, I fight back, and I got much stronger after that incident. Somehow, I got closer to God, and that has been very important for me as a man.
Man, I was about to ask, like, did Senna just throw that race just to embarrass Alain Prost for being so far ahead? But it looks like he actually had an accident and didn't mean to, crash his car, because he would have freaking won that by like a minute.
Yeah.
Even with his team telling him to slow down, which was bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, look, this current season, it's 2023 at the time of this recording, with Max Verstappen basically classing the field, like winning by multiple seconds almost every race. Like, it does kind of stink up the show a little bit, but it's supposed to be a race. That's supposed to be theater.
Yep.
I know that saying, what's here?
Yes.
That's, come on, man. Come on.
But I wonder if that message threw him off.
Yeah, probably did.
You know what I mean? Like, he is in his own mind. They don't need to be contacting him all the time. I don't know how the being in his head was back then. If they just let him drive and they only popped up when something vitally important came on, you know, they popped in his ear. So he could have been in the zone. That shit came in and messed with his whole mindset, and just because they are driving at least one turn ahead of where they're at.
Right. They're playing chess with it. And that's typically it, you know, having a headset on so that your crew and your spotter can talk to you and let you know what's going on. But then again, it's kind of like you're focused and you're just kind of receiving that information, you know, subconsciously. That's why one of the best spotters I know, TJ Majors, who's spotted for Dale Jr., Joey Logano, he will repeat things like car up high. That way it goes into his the driver's brains. So so I guess to answer your question, it probably did mess with him a bit, Senna, to hear this message of you're too far ahead, slow down, you're sticking up the show.
Yeah, like, slow down probably was never uttered to him ever.
No.
Slow down. Excuse me. This is the wrong sport for that message.
Yeah. That's just bullshit.
So dumb. So dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Monaco was the turning point in the '88 season. Ayrton went on an amazing run, winning 6 of the next 8 races.
Nice.
Just ahead of Prost in the championship.
What happens now, you two?
Good fun. We will have good fun from now on.
Maybe we fight outside the car.
I think it's gonna get more and more exciting, the championship.
Is it possible to be equal? The championship?
No.
Shit.
Can only be one winner.
Quinta etapa da temporada. De madrugada, o Brasil acordado, aguardando a bandeira Ayrton Senna para atingir o seu primeiro título mundial na Fórmula 1. Que sonho que ele alimenta desde os primeiros anos.
The pressure was on Ayrton. He was on pole. He was going to be world champion if he won that race. So the pressure was huge.
Big deal, man.
You had to win. Wow.
Yep. Oh, that's not good.
Fica lá para trás Ayrton Senna. Ali está Ayrton Senna na 14ª posição.
Wow.
Oh.
Eu pensei, acabou o campeonato. Acabou tudo.
Já vem na 8ª posição, faz uma recuperação fantástica, Senna.
Not so fast.
A sua coisa favorita aconteceu. Começou a chover.
Oh, yes!
Senna agora já é o 4º colocado. Senna já vem pra cima dos dois.
Senna is getting closer and Senna is going to challenge for the lead.
Senna vai com tudo e passa a próxima.
Oh my God!
Let's go!
The lead.
comecei a agradecer no que eu estava fazendo a última volta. Eu comecei a agradecer, porque eu não conseguia nem mesmo acreditar que eu ia vencer finalmente o campeonato. Em torno daquela ansiedade tremenda, daquela tensão. E eu senti a presença dele, eu visualizei, eu vi. Foi uma coisa especial na minha vida, foi uma sensação enorme. E é uma coisa que eu tenho gravada na minha memória e eu tenho como parte de mim.
Ayrton Senna, ergue o punho, vibra, é a vitória, Ayrton Senna, do Brasil! Campeão mundial de 1988! Uma corrida fantástica, um título impressionante porque ele veio de 16º colocado.
Man.
Já dá pra saber, pouco tempo faz, mas já dá pra sentir o que é ser campeão do mundo? Uma paz. Parece que eu tirei algumas toneladas de peso de cima da minha cabeça, de cima dos meus ombros. E não deu ainda para realizar o que é um campeonato do mundo.
Man, that has got to be one of the greatest feelings in the world, to bring your home country the first ever championship of some sort of whatever sport it is. Like it could be probably not football because that's what they know.
I was like, they've already had a bunch of world championships.
Yeah, in that sport.
In football, yes, but driving, motorsport, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, massive, dude.
Yeah. It's and the fact that he came from 16th place and put a clinic on in that race. That's amazing. Like I knew when the rain came, it was over. Like Senna.
Yeah. I bet that it's because how the race started that he won. I don't know. Yeah. I think that holding on to first place for the entirety of the race is a hard thing to do.
It is. It is.
But you come from 14th, you have the next mark in front of you. Like you don't have to beat number 1. You have to beat the car in front of you over and over and over again until there's no cars in front of you. And that's exactly what he did.
That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Goodness. He got when he got stalled on the grid, that's when the fire was lit under his ass. I'm like, it's time to go to work.
Yeah. Oh man, this is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Ele é uma pessoa incrível, maravilhosa. E ele é muito humilde, então ele engrandece muito o nosso Brasil aí fora. E
ele passa a mensagem da vitória pra gente e eu gosto dele.
Um homem corajoso, a única coisa que eu sei dele não acompanha, é um orgulho nosso, né? Um dos poucos orgulhos que a gente tem ainda, né?
Perguntei um dia pra ele, e quando você pensa em parar? Olha, mãe, o dia que eu for campeão, eu paro. Mas eu sei, no fundo, que não é isso, que não é verdadeiro. A gente sabe disso.
Mama knows best.
Quando terminou o campeonato, ele ganhou, né, o campeonato, era visível a diferença do Ayrton do começo do ano e do final do ano, porque, de fato, ele tinha encontrado ele mesmo. Ele tinha encontrado aquilo que ele era desde o início e que se revelou efetivamente na conquista do campeonato.
Tem verso assim, a gente faz amizade, a gente descobre amizade, como essa que eu vou chamar agora, que foi a minha descoberta em 88. Ayrton Senna.
The hell is this?
Christmas thing?
That's terrifying.
Some Brazilian thing? I don't know.
Agora eu vou te fazer umas perguntas. E eu acho que todo mundo tá emocionado, mas não mais do que eu, né? Porque fica difícil tendo amizade com ele. Agora a gente olhando assim, vamos conversar tudo, assim, então, né? Ayrton, o que você quer de Natal? Presente de Natal.
Bom, o que eu realmente quero eu não posso falar aqui, mas... Censurado. Mas... eu quero só felicidade.
We all know what he wants.
Yeah.
Feliz ano novo.
Oh, there you go.
Feliz 90. Feliz
1990. Oh, wow.
Feliz 92.
Okay, come on now. Y'all two get a room.
Oh, there you go. The Brazil TV is different, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
What the hell? I love it. Back in the day. Oh.
That's his girlfriend now.
Got it.
The 1989 season was somewhat less harmonious than the year before. Both drivers took on different levels of aggression, especially when racing each other.
That's when the gloves come off within a team. That's when engineers stop sharing information. That's where drivers start looking over their shoulder to see who's getting what from whom. And Ayrton, with his love of truth, wasn't as in tune as Alain Prost, with adding another dimension, the politics of the sport.
Senna, Prost, Prost, Senna, vous le savez, c'est toujours dans un ordre ou dans l'autre. Le torchon brûle tout simplement parce que le Français, Alain Prost, estime que son coéquipier manque de loyauté à son égard. Et visiblement, leur querelle pourrait avoir des suites sur cette saison de Formule 1.
Corrida a corrida, eles estavam cada vez mais distantes um do outro. Ele fala assim, esse francês é duro, porque ele quer guerra. Passou mais um tempinho, separou-se completamente, eles não se falavam mais.
Man, that that is like a whole other level of competitiveness when they're I already could figure out that these two aren't exactly going to go get a pint at the pub afterwards or go out for ice cream, but they're not even speaking to one another.
Yeah, it's how they approach their sport. They're not going to mesh. They're not going to mesh. You know, you have to have like-minded, not like echo chamber, not that kind of stuff that we're talking about, but like you got to be like-minded in your approach to things.
Yeah.
And these guys are attacking it from two different angles. Each one of the angles is valid. Just one has his firm belief, which is tried and true, and the other one has his. So both are valid. No one's better than the other. You know what I mean? It's like this race.
Just whoever's better the other week.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
In competition to beat themselves, they beat everybody else. And they're probably still laughing all the way to the bank when it comes to
the company, the company's loving this. The company is like, hell yes. We got number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
We're good. And we're good.
Exactly.
Of course, having a French FIA president, Jean-Marie Balestre, at the time, was helpful for Alain because they were close.
Je passe d'abord la parole au président d'Artisan, M. Balestre.
Please, gentlemen. All the drivers in the world are looking after you in the TV because they think stupidly that you are an example. It is a big mistake, but they think that.
Tell it like it is.
Repeat, no danger for the end of the World Championship. Very clear. Now depend you.
No what? No danger?
Yeah, it ain't going anywhere.
Senna has to win the Japanese Grand Prix to keep the points battle going on to the last race. Prost knows that if Senna does not finish, he will be the Formula One champion.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Prost é o primeiro, com Senna em segundo, pulou na frente o Prost. Largou melhor Alain Prost.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness, this is fantastic.
Oh, my God, no!
Aqui embaixo o favorecido é Prost. Aí
Oh,
o título fica com
shoot.
Prost. Mais uma vez para Ayrton Senna é vencer ou vencer.
You gotta be kidding me. Is it over? Yes, let's go! Let's go,
Wow.
Senna!
So you think he purposely crashed into him?
I mean, not purposely.
No, not
I mean,
purposely, right? Like it's just like really, dude. They're cutting it so close that it was bound to happen.
yeah, like Senna got the fire in his eyes and was like, I saw an opportunity that he saw a hole that wasn't there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and he tried to make more room than was there, and fucked them both.
Yes. Oh man, that's crazy. But I mean, if it worked, it would have been spectacular.
Yeah,
And
it
in
would
this
have been.
case, it didn't.
Yeah, and you know, Alain Prost wasn't gonna give an inch because
Hell no.
he knew if Senna won, it was over for him.
So
It was
he's
over.
like, it's like a fortunate mistake. Like, hey. He's like, all right, if you don't win, good, I'm out. I'm good. I played my cards right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I did the numbers, so I can afford to lose this one.
Yeah. Prost had nothing to lose basically.
Yep.
And as you can see here with Senna's car, the front wing is jacked. I mean, they can replace that, but it means he has to come to pit road for that.
Yep.
And I don't know, like I've seen modern Formula One pit stops; they take about 3 seconds. I don't know how fast or slow they were back then. So,
shit.
Oh God, let's just play this clip.
Let's do it, man.
Okay, he's coming to pit road. Got it.
Four.
Zananini para assumir a primeira posição. Ele ainda não voltou.
Wow. There you go.
Oh, 17-7.
Wow.
It's an eternity, man. With 5 to go.
No final, sua corrida suicida é só Senna para tentar alguma coisa.
O Prost viu o Ayrton retomando a corrida e saiu dali e foi direto para a sala dos comissários.
Oh my God.
What's Prost gonna do?
Zanini é o primeiro, Senna é o segundo.
Oh, he's gonna try that same move again. He did it.
Bandeiras brasileiras agitadas. Público de pé. Ayrton Senna, bandeiras quadriculadas.
Wow.
He won! Wow! Let's go!
That's crazy.
Emocionado Ayrton Senna. Talvez ali enxugando as lágrimas, abriu a viseira. Na pista, foi uma vitória fantástica, como poucas vezes eu vi, Reginaldo.
5 laps. Wow.
Não é comum o pódio não acontecer logo depois da corrida.
Oh no. Come on.
Quanto mais demorasse, mais a gente temia que a decisão caísse para um lado político.
Oh my God.
La décision rendue par le Collège des commissaires sportifs du Grand Prix du Japon, excluant la voiture numéro 1 et le pilote Ayrton Senna, des résultats de l'épreuve.
Are you kidding me?
Após o final da corrida, o telão do autódromo de Suzuka mostrou insistentemente a imagem do acidente e tudo o que aconteceu na tentativa de Senna voltar à pista. E foi observando essas imagens que os comissários de prova concluíram que, por não ter Senna percorrido normalmente a chicane na sua volta à pista, ele havia infringido o artigo 56 do regulamento da FIA.
What?
You're the world champion, Alan?
Apparently, yes.
You gotta be kidding me. What the fuck, man?
Yep. Yeah, that's what happens.
Just...
That's just that's what happens. Listen, when it all comes down to one person, like the head of something, one person, not like a delegation, not like a council, where it's not like it can be a popular vote, you know? When it's just a dude and he has the ear of that one dude, this shit happens.
Yeah, it became political because look, Senna, like his car was still drivable. He still was able to rejoin the race. Like it shouldn't have been an issue, but because Alain Prost was friends with a fellow Frenchman, aka the head of the FIA, he pulled some strings.
Yep.
France, man.
So either one gets you either decision you make gets you notoriety. But it like that, it's very controversial. People are going to be talking about it, right? Mm-hmm. This whole gaggle fuckery of a thing. But also, the latter would be, holy shit, did you see that? He won and he made up this many laps, or he overtook this many cars in 5 freaking laps, which is unheard of. And it's just, they went with the shittier decision.
Yeah.
They just went with the shittier decision. Because if you want to be picky about it, is it a rule? Did he break it? Technically, yeah. If it was a rule, technically he broke it. Technically.
Right.
They made the right decision.
Yeah, with the rule book. So this is changing my opinion about the F1 regulation body. Like, a lot of people in the comments like to give F1 the moral high ground to NASCAR when it comes to making a show. So, but they've been doing this kind of shit. So, fuck all of y'all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a pot calling the kettle black, or whatever it is.
Yes, I think that's the right way to say it. I'm pretty sure.
But anyway, fuck Alain Prost.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He just is tattletale. He's a snitch.
Yeah, snitches get stitches.
Yep.
I was not 100% sure. I know the regulation, but you never know how it's going to be interpreted. But to be very honest, I mean, I'm quite happy to leave because I think it becomes absolutely impossible to work with Ayrton, and that's a good end of championship.
Ugh.
What I'd like to do now is show you some footage which I think is quite relevant, because we're told that you can't use escape roads to rejoin the race. Escape roads are not for escaping through, they're in fact for stopping in, turning round and going out of. Very important to remember, no exclusions, no penalties, no disqualifications. And for that is excluded from the Japanese Grand Prix. Where's the consistency? It can't be right.
Elaine, you said that you took your normal racing line. I would put it to you that from the aerial pictures, it looks as though you turned in quite early and it wasn't a normal line at all.
I won 39 races and now a Swiss championship. Do you think that I would do something like this on purpose? You know?
Yes.
You know, I was already trained for the corner, maybe a little bit earlier if you want, but that was my corner.
Vous avez entendu que ce tribunal, vous avez entendu comme moi que ce tribunal a prononcé non seulement une suspension avec sursis.
Are you kidding?
What? C'est un avertissement non seulement pour Ayrton Senna mais pour tous les pilotes, mais a prononcé également une aggravation de la peine. Quand on est un grand pilote, quand on est parmi les meilleurs pilotes du monde, on n'avait pas le droit non plus d'avoir un accrochage stupide.
The way the whole affair has been treated is like I have total responsibility for everything that took place there. I was blamed for everything and I was penalized for everything. I was treated like a criminal. And this is totally unacceptable.
Oh, wow. I'd be so mad.
I mean, that's enough to, like, I don't know, just quit that. It's not a sport at that time. It's not a sport at that moment. It's a political game that you were always going to lose.
Yeah, yeah. And there's many detractors that say if it's not a stick and a ball, it's not a sport.
Yep.
This is a big, win for that side. Like,
yeah.
Come on, guys. And the inconsistencies, like they showed parts of the 81 Australian Grand Prix, I believe it was, and they weren't penalized for that, but yet they're throwing the book at Senna for that.
Yep.
It's not consistency. It's politics. It's what it is.
Yep.
I hate the French.
Yeah, sometimes, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
E aquilo foi golpe muito profundo para Ayrton, porque a atitude do Balestre foi mais do que a do Prost. Ele quase desistiu de correr de Fórmula 1.
Having left him alone for a while, I gently persuaded him, if you are true to your values, if you believe that your values are correct values, then walking away from the dark forces that you're faced with in life just doesn't become an option.
For the 1990 season, he came back wiser. The team is harmonious. Prost has gone out of McLaren to Ferrari, and Senna is in a perfect position to compete for the title.
Todos os pilotos andam no seu limite. O meu limite é diferente do Prost. Essa acho que é a grande realidade. E ao invés de ele procurar melhorar sobre si mesmo, ele achou mais fácil, mais cômodo atacar.
Ayrton has a small problem. He thinks that he can't kill himself because he believes in God and things like this, and I think that's very dangerous for the other drivers.
O fato de acreditar em Deus, o fato de eu ter fé em Deus, não quer dizer que eu seja imortal, não quer dizer que eu seja imune. Eu, como vem sendo divulgado, eu tenho tanto medo quanto qualquer outra pessoa de me machucar, sobretudo guiando um carro de corrida. O perigo é constante.
shoot. Oh, that's him on the track. Yo! Who is that?
I was in the pits. The practice was stopped. I hear by different people there was an accident, was Donnelly, was bad, was too bad, was disaster, was... And I decided to go to the place to see myself.
He's dead, dude.
Yeah, he's gone.
Million things went through my mind, and in the end I realized I was not going to give up my passion, even just having seen what I had seen. And I had to put myself together and walk out, go to the racing car and do it again. And do it again and do it even better than before. Because that was the way to kind of cover that impact that had on me. I was just not ready to give up. As much as I was scared to continue, I was not ready to give up my aim, my target, my objective, my passion, my dream, my life. This is my life.
Yeah, that's it right there. Like,
yeah,
all motorsport drivers, no matter what it is, they know this is a dangerous sport, and they still do it because they're passionate about it. It's their lifeblood. Like, granted, a lot of safety innovations have been made to where there hasn't been a major death since, like, I'd say, like, 2011, Dan Weldon in IndyCar, 2001, Dale Earnhardt, NASCAR. Yeah, and also, like, with the Ironman TT racers, like, that, they know the risk, and they know someone passes away at that event almost every year, and
that's
they
crazy,
still
man.
do it. So
yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty intense, man. That's a pretty intense hurdle to get over.
Yeah,
it's I don't know, man. That's crazy. I don't know how I would react. You know, especially it's a sport. You know, a dangerous one, but still, it's just like, damn. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. Still slipping and sliding, man. Full position.
As far as I hear, he's out of danger, life danger, which is a lot considering the accident.
Oh, wow.
And as it happened to him, can happen to any of us.
Oh, he's alive.
There are some things that you can calculate, but there are things which are unexpected. And those unexpected things are the most dangerous ones, like it happened to him today. I hope we don't see those things in the future.
Amazingly, for the third time in a row, the championship hinged on the race in Japan.
Oh, man.
But this time, if Prost didn't finish, Ayrton would be champion.
Gentlemen, morning. The numbers of laps from green light to checkered flag will be 53 laps. Dangerous behavior and or dangerous maneuver will be investigated immediately and may lead to suspension of the license for one or more Formula 1 World Championships events. Any questions?
Yes. It was a big fuck up last year with Ayrton. Why We have to repeat the same thing. The safe thing is, if you miss the chicane, the steward stop you. All right. I have no traffic, let you go. If you have to turn around and go backwards against another car, that's bad, much better.
Okay.
Does everybody feel that way?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Huh? I can't stand it. I can't stand this. It's a joke. After what happened last year, it's a joke, this situation. You just prove here, I said nothing, and you see somebody raising the point, and you see everybody agree. And last year was really bad for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened.
No shit.
Story down in the pit lane and on the grid is one of tension. With the World Championship up for grabs, everyone is extremely tense. Ayrton Senna actually walked out of the drivers' meeting today. He thinks that the pole position should be on the left-hand side of the grid, not on the right.
Normally, if the inside was clear, the inside for sure is better, but because it's dirty, the outside is better. Like Hungary or like...
The racing line is the line where the cars most normally drive. It's the fastest line around the track. It's really important to have pole position on the racing line. If you are on the opposite side, you are on a part of the track that is rarely used and has half the grip.
If you have the clear circle, you get away better on the outside than inside. Because on the inside you have
But would the chief steward, would the FIA, would Balestra agree?
Ayrton Senna will be in pole position for tomorrow's Japanese Grand Prix. Prost was second fastest.
Okay, I think they're giving him the racing line. Or are they?
I have no idea.
Pole position was his, and then suddenly pole position was mysteriously moved to the dirty side of the circuit, which he felt was unjust.
Wow.
that decision influenced by Balestra. I know that. We know that. I was fucked many times by the system. I told myself, today is no way. Today has to be my way. I don't care what happens. It has to be my way.
And Senna sprints away, but Alain Prost takes the lead.
Okay, so he was not, Senna was not in the racing line.
No.
Typically, when you're coming out of that last turn, you want to arc it out to the left-hand side and get as much real estate as possible going into the first turn. And, you know, but he was on the right-hand side of the track, which, you know, you're pretty much not setting yourself up good for the first turn.
And that could affect everything. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It means that Prost was able to just, you know, go ahead and take the lead, which was not the advantage of the pole position is that you control the start of the race.
Yep.
Yeah.
Senna is trying to go through on the inside.
Oh, no! Oh!
And a collision. E aí a batida. Senna has been hit. Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna have come together again, and they are both off the racetrack. This is unbelievable. A batida dos dois, e aí se seguir a prova é final de campeonato.
We don't know yet whether we're going to see a red flag. We haven't seen any yet, so it looks as if the race is going to continue.
O campeonato está terminado e Ayrton Senna é o campeão de 1990.
Everyone knew what he did. Everyone knew what he did.
Yeah. Hey, Prost screwed Senna out of the championship last year. That's the ultimate payback.
Called karma.
I believe that's called karma.
Yep.
Well, let's see what the political FIA is going to say.
Oh, man. Let's do it.
That's a very sad way for this year's World Championship to finish.
Can you tell us what happened on the first lap by Ayrton?
Well, unfortunately, we touched in the first corner when we were fighting for the lead, and we both went off.
I think that's because the pole position is on the wrong side of the track here. You wanted to change that.
Absolutely. You fight, you break your to be on pole, and then they put you on the wrong side of the circuit.
How do you feel about being world champion?
It's not a bad feeling at all, is it?
Congratulations.
What was very clear with Ayrton when he got back is that his body language, his mannerisms showed that he was in massive conflict. He was certainly not proud of himself, certainly not reveling in the fact that this had determined the World Championship.
Formula One World Championship for drivers, Ayrton Senna. A call on the world champion, Ayrton Senna.
He knew I was right with him. He moved to the inside line, going towards the first corner. I just chased him then, and he opened the gap. And knowing me, like he does know, he must realize that if there was a gap, I was going to try to overtake him.
Okay, let me ask you another difficult question. If I were to count back all the world champions, the number of times they had made contact with other drivers, that you in the last 36 months or 48 months have been in contact with more other cars and drivers than they might have done in total.
I find amazing for you to make such a question, Stuart, because you are very experienced and you know
right.
a lot about racing. And you should know that by being a racing driver, you are under risk all the time. And by being a racing driver means you are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver, because we are competing. We are competing to win. And the main motivation to all of us is to compete for a victory. It's not to come third, fourth, fifth, or sixth.
But hasn't that always been the case?
Well, I think it's all irrelevant. All what you're saying, Jack, is really irrelevant. Because I'm a driver that won more races than anybody over the past 3 years. I'm a driver that has been on pole position more than anybody in history. And I'm a driver that won 2 titles in the past 3 years. And I don't think I cannot comprehend how you can try to turn things around to say that I've been involved in more accidents than anybody, because that is not true as well.
Deux des plus grands champions de l'histoire de la Formule 1 dans le sable.
Yeah, that, especially coming from an F1 champion of the past, like, that's some pot calling the kettle black.
Well, that's politics, dude. Yeah, that's politics. Like, that's the politics of the whole fucking thing. You gotta engage and gotta twist and manipulate to be invited back as an anchor there by F1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they don't like the fact that Senna was basically disrupting their game by being so much better. And yeah, like if the FIA didn't side with Prost on, changing the pole position gridding place, then, it could have been a good, fair, clean race. But no, not at all.
Well, it just goes to show you, if they had put him in the correct position and the correct side, then this whole thing could have been avoided. Yeah. But that's their humble pie to eat.
Exactly.
Not his.
Exactly.
Pour un final raté, chacun accuse l'autre. Le plus meurtri, c'est bien sûr Prost. Réaction épidermique.
L'envie de lui mettre mon poing dans la figure m'a traversé l'esprit et j'ai tellement été dégoûté, vraiment. J'ai même pas eu l'envie parce que je crois qu'il me dégoûte profondément.
Senna versus Prost, which went on for a couple of seasons more, was just absolutely wonderful for Formula One's appeal. The television ratings improved, everything went up. People talked about it. It was controversial, shocking, fascinating.
The success of the sport also grew, commercially, and Bernie Ecclestone was very clever, the way they distribute television. But to keep an audience, you need personalities, and of course, the Prost-Senna story was a big hit. And Ayrton became very famous outside the sport thanks to the impact of Formula One on TV.
Wow.
I feel so worried for the people because
I was pushed away.
yeah, they're nice people, and it's not a good feeling to see them being pushed away. I feel so sorry.
Oh my God.
In Brazil, it was very different.
What?
The people were unhappy under the regime that was ruling.
Oh, okay.
Poverty was just desperate. So his appeal there at a hard time was extraordinary.
A situação do Brasil era muito negativa, muito sombria. E o que aconteceu foi que quando Ayrton ganhou inúmeras vezes, e ao invés de esconder que ele era brasileiro e como outras, ele ao contrário, ele pegava a bandeira brasileira, ativava isso dentro dele a cada domingo. Esse exemplo ativava nas pessoas a mesma força e por isso a admiração.
O Ayrton nunca tinha vencido o Grande Prêmio do Brasil. E desde que ele começou a correr na Fórmula 1, sempre disse que era o grande sonho ganhar em casa.
Vem a largada do Grande Prêmio do Brasil. Não pintou, demorou, vermelha. Vai pintar, vem a verde. Vamos, Senna. Larga bem, Senna. Escapou ali na ponta.
Pulled out the lead. He was then really faced with a very easy race win.
What's the caveat gonna be?
Aí o Senna, tá chovendo.
Oh!
And then the gearbox jammed and he was faced with several laps to go, only having the 6th gear.
Oh no!
Parece impossível pilotar um carro de Fórmula 1 com o câmbio travado na 6ª marcha. Ele queria até parar. Ele não podia mais continuar a correr. Mas ele tinha tentado tantas vezes vencer o Grande Prêmio do Brasil que ele encontrou dentro dele uma força especial.
What?
Depois desta curva, aponta a Senna. Vai pra vitória.
Uau!
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Ele ganhou e aí desmaiou.
Oh, he passed out. Oh God.
Foi o seu momento mais heróico.
Devido ao desgaste extremo, eu tive espasmo muscular nos ombros.
Oh, no.
E a dor era absurda. No final de semana inteiro, com o estresse, a pressão foi enorme. O resultado só podia ser esse mesmo,
acabar a corrida sem nada sobrando.
Vem cá, pai, vem cá, pai, vem cá! Vem cá! Só de porra, só de porra. Vai tranquilo aí, vai tranquilo. Don't touch me.
Keep the flag, bring the flag for me.
E hoje lutei tanto, vai ter que dar. Vai ter que dar e vai ter que chegar em primeiro, porque ele é maior do que todos. E ele vai me dar essa corrida depois de tudo. E foi isso mesmo, Deus me deu essa corrida e valeu. E eu tô feliz demais e a emoção foi muito grande.
God almighty. Oh, his arms are hurting.
The shoulders are done.
Yeah.
Man.
Para todo o Brasil, então, valeu a vitória de Senna, que está de parabéns mais uma vez.
Valeu, Brasil, valeu toda a torcida. O calor humano esse final de semana foi tão grande que a gente tinha que ganhar dessa vez, não podia escapar. E a gente foi, a gente conseguiu e vamos lá.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, I waited so long for that whole Brazilian bit to let that cook for a bit. I was like, yeah, that is like a moment you don't ever forget.
No, man.
Even it wasn't a championship on the line, but it's just winning in your home at your home track in front of your home crowd, especially knowing that the Brazilian people were just the government was just in fucking ruins at the time.
Yep.
Gave hope to his people, and he did not hide his Brazilian heritage.
Nope.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, man. It's amazing, man. It's a true testament to who he is, you know?
Yeah.
And I would argue winning at home is more than a championship. Winning at home in front of your people, that's where it counts. That's what counts. That's what counts.
Yeah, 100%. And the fact that he had, his car was stuck in 6th gear the whole last 7 laps of the race, or whatever it was.
Insane. That's insane to me. That he shouldn't have. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
But it's Ayrton effing Senna, so of course he's gonna, not pay attention to that.
Man.
Life can be very difficult in Brazil. In Brazil you have all the extremes. You have the fantastic nature. You can have all the good material things that money can buy. But at the same time you have lots of problems, social problems and poverty, some violence as a consequence. I try to help a little bit for children, particularly.
Como o Ayrton tinha uma projeção muito grande no Brasil, muitas pessoas pediam ajuda para pessoal ou, às vezes, um hospital, algum tipo de instituição pedia algum tipo de ajuda, doação. O Ayrton dava, eram sempre doações bastante pontuais. Ele estava querendo fazer isso de uma maneira mais organizada. Ele não queria continuar fazendo doações pontuais. Ele queria desenvolver toda uma coisa bem organizada, bem planejada, e queria fazer alguma coisa para ajudar, e especialmente crianças.
Man.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Ayrton in '91 was in great form. I think it was his strongest year. He won 7 races.
Wow.
Constantly on pole position. The intensity was every bit as high as ever. But there just seemed to be a further wisdom, a further bit of growth.
Jeez.
But then the car bit him hard. For the first time, he really thought he could be hurt in a Formula One car.
Wow.
God, you could see it.
A neurological examination to check the chest and the blood pressure, the abdomen, and the limbs.
And how did you feel?
He's fine.
No problems to worry about?
No, none at all. Yeah.
Good.
It's the deepest personal relationship that I've ever had with any driver. Whenever I got to the circuit and ran into Senna, he was usually being interviewed or surrounded by people. And the moment he saw me, his face would always light up with a beautiful grin. Because he had that wonderful humility, which is not common amongst racing drivers.
All right, then. Good job. Be careful. You still got some aspirin?
Yes. More.
Question. Yes. We talk about the chicanes and the barriers that we had there with the tires. Yes. If you happen to hit those tires, it's very likely that the tires throw you up in the air and you end up rolling. That's what happened with me in Mexico, and that can happen here with other people.
I agree that for the moment it's not the ideal thing that we have done. The president has talked yesterday with Mr. Moll. No, forget Mr. Moll. And he has... Forget. Okay, the president of the FISA.
No, forget.
Forget the president.
Now we speak for the question of Mr. Senna.
Yes.
Now what we do today? What we do today for the race?
For the race we can do anything.
I think it's better to not have those tires there. I happened to lose the braking point at the first chicane yesterday. Let me finish. Let me finish. And as I went straight, it was blocked the road. I know that. And I couldn't turn back.
If we move the tire, we must place, on doit placer au monde qu'on appelle les cônes.
Right. And that way, there is a runoff area.
No, the same place.
And yes, you have
now, you must restart on the same place.
You come back on the track.
Because you must respect the distance of the race.
You cannot come back.
I'm sorry, that is a regulation.
Why is regulation?
It's the regulation.
Nelson, it's written in the regulation. We got a letter yesterday. Page 3. The last 2 paragraphs of that page. Why are you not very good penalty for you. Is the same. No problem.
Ayrton, no problem.
Whatever is the decision, if the right decision, Jean-Marie, you must understand.
The best decision is my decision.
Ugh. I hate this guy.
I have a feeling for that.
No, because you don't know my decision. It's the best every time decision, my decision. My decision is
You sure about that?
democratic vote. Only let the driver by hand. I don't know. Wait, God, you know. Who are in favor? We replace the tie by the cones. Your hand.
Everyone's hand went up.
Stop. Everybody. Again. Abstention. Everybody agree. Okay? Immediately, the work, you replace the die by the cone. Okay?
Thank God.
Alain, what happened going into that chicane?
Tried to overtake Senna. It was blocked me doing the whole race. Not very correct.
I think everyone knows Prost by now. He is always complaining either by the car or the tires or the team or the mechanics or the fuel or the other drivers or the circuit. It's always somebody else blame. It's never his fault.
No problem, but I have nothing to lose. I can't win the championship. But if I find him again the same way, if he's correct the same way, I push him out.
Okay, Kyle Busch.
Prost was sacked from Ferrari because he'd criticised the car.
Yeah, no shit.
The only thing he could do really was to take a year off, telling everybody he was on a sabbatical.
On a sabbatical, okay. Little crybaby.
If I finish second place, the championship will be over. If Mansell does not win, then it's almost certain that the championship will be over as well.
Oh, wow.
Reto Mansell! Acaba o campeonato mundial porque aí ele não consegue mais voltar.
Wow.
Senna do Brasil, tricampeão mundial de Fórmula 1.
Wow.
É toda uma vida dedicada a esse instante de um gênio do esporte internacional. Tricampeão mundial e quanto tem pela frente? 31 anos de idade, 33 vitórias, 3 títulos mundiais, quebrando recorde atrás de recorde, vibrando porque assim é Senna.
Ayrton Senna's third world title ensures that he'll be ranked among the all-time greats.
That's awesome. 3 titles.
É presente muito especial para mim e eu agradeço de coração.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Senna, mão esquerda do Senna, tricampeão. Quero Senna!
Tem uma caixa com tudo, recortes, fotos, tudo que você pode imaginar. É a única coisa que o Brasil tem de bom, né?
It's the only good thing in Brazil.
After that third world championship, I saw another Senna. He was very satisfied, very confident. He knew the sport better than ever. He saw it with real eyes, for the good and the bad, and he still loved it as much as anyone in the paddock.
Eu acho que é uma festa incrível. Aí vale tudo, o que importa é a felicidade.
Você fala de Fórmula 1 hoje?
Nada, Fórmula 1 é papo careta, tá por fora, o negócio é carnaval.
Ah.
Aqui.
So spoken like a true Brazilian. It's who cares about Formula One right now? This is about Carnival.
Yes, it's about that. Stop bringing work into it.
Yeah. That allows him to do what he does and help out the greater good of Brazil.
Yep.
Say it back.
Yep.
The greater good.
The greater good.
Alguma vez a namorada sua já disse acelera, Ayrton?
Já.
Ser tricampeão para o Ayrton era apenas o cumprimento de um roteiro que ele traçou desde que ele entrou na Fórmula 1. Porque ele sabia que ele era capaz disso e até muito mais. Um grande ídolo do esporte brasileiro. Na verdade, ele veio a se tornar o grande ídolo do esporte mundial.
There is a great desire on me on improving, getting better. That makes me happy. And every time that I feel I am slowing down my learning process, my learning curve is getting flatter or whatever, then it doesn't make me very happy. And that applies not only as a profession, as a racing driver, but also as a man. Of course, I shall have a lot more to learn as a man than a racing driver because my career could last not many years. My life hopefully will go still for a long time. Maybe I'm only at the half of my life right now, so there is a lot to go, a lot to learn, a lot to do still in life. And happiness will come when I feel complete as a whole, which definitely I don't feel today. But I have plenty of time to fulfill that too.
Quite philosophical right there.
For the next season, the level of competition was distorted by what was going on technically with Williams' car. The car balanced itself. Each corner was controlled by a computer. All the driver had to do was put his right foot down and go as fast as possible. So in a car without that, you were at a serious disadvantage.
McLaren is still well off the Williams-Renault pace, with the result that 3 times world champion Ayrton Senna has no chance of retaining his
Wow.
title.
What?
When you go into this sort of electronic war, you can find yourself completely stuck. The electronics do a given situation, and no matter who you put in the car, the electronics will do the work and not the driver. And I don't think that is really what you want, to have a truly world championship of drivers.
Les tractations ont été longues, mais...
What the hell?
So this is the introduction of electronics.
Yeah, I had no idea. I hope to God that it's not in current F1, just the automatic steering, whatever that is, the balance of the car. That takes the whole skill out of driving. Like, all you gotta do is mash the gas and hope for the best, and the car does the rest. That's not real racing right there.
No.
I mean, it's right up there with IndyCar once had push to pass, and the whole NASCAR car of tomorrow era. Like, that's a whole other thing itself. It's right up there.
Yeah, that's tough, man. But remember what we learned in our rules video. Like, F1 is the place to test new shit, because eventually it carries on down to the civilian models of cars that become standard, right? So you throw enough money at something, it will go through.
Yeah, and when we learned with the F1 video is that's what differentiates it from NASCAR, from IndyCar, from IMSA, is that the car builders have a little more freedom with what they could do.
Yep, that's crazy though, man.
Yeah.
Et l'on ne sait toujours pas qui sera le coéquipier de Prost. Toujours est-il que le triple champion du monde a signé pour 2 ans et commencera à courir en essai dès cette semaine.
The only thing I asked on the contract, I said, I don't want to be a teammate with Ayrton.
Oof.
It has to be clear. And they have accepted that very quickly. I said, no, it's not our intention. That is the only thing I asked on the contract because I wanted to be a world champion. I did not want to lose the opportunity.
It's no secret that I've been trying very hard to get some deal with Williams. The situation is very complex. It's not nice, it's not clear either. Muita certeza de uma coisa, que uma eventual parada minha durante 1 ano ou mais de 1 ano, quem mais tem a perder com isso tudo sou eu, porque eu estou numa idade do pique da minha carreira, o número de anos na carreira de um piloto é limitado e ninguém sai sem mais perdendo uma possível parada minha do que eu mesmo. Temos esportivos, pessoais.
Em 93, o Ayrton estava pilotando como um puro gênio. Para mim, foi a melhor temporada dele.
He did accomplish some of his greatest drives, even though he spent most of his time looking at the back of a Williams car, which was much faster than his.
Oh.
French racing driver Alain Prost has won the Formula One World Drivers' Championship for the 4th time.
Prost won the championship and duly retired, thus getting out of the way.
It seems like a little goodbye from you to McLaren. Do you think it was the last season for McLaren?
I think so. I think it will be my last season.
Let's try and do it best we can for both of us. Okay, we put behind us what happened.
What happened?
Like he's leaving the team.
Without you saying anything, that was my goal anyway.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but even without talking to you, if we didn't talk at all, I wouldn't change. I was going to go exactly as I always try.
What did Ron Dennis say to you when you first got from the car?
It's never too late to change your mind. But anyway, he said he was happy for me, and
That's what he told me too.
that's wrong. And I said, you know, must keep the good times, the good moments, and let's finish that way. Finish with the good things.
It was Senna's last race for McLaren, Prost's last race for Williams, and although nobody knew at the time, it was the last time either of them would be on a podium.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brazilian driver Ayrton Senna.
Japanese arguably the best driver available, the best driver currently racing. The team is geared to being successful. All our partners, investors, sponsors expect that of us. And that is therefore the best piece of equipment, if you like, you could put in the machine to deliver to our requirements.
The International Motorsports Federation has banned some of the controversial computer devices which help drivers in Formula One motor racing. The ban is designed to stop the domination of the richest Formula One teams like Williams-Renault, the world champions.
Thank God. Like, I was concerned that was still an F1 these days, and it just kind of slipped my mind.
Which means he's on a team that can't use electronics. The one that
pioneered it, and now they've got the next best thing, Ayrton Senna. Come on.
And then now they can't put their shit in. Oh my God. It's like this man is always coming from behind, dude. Like it's always a freaking uphill battle for him.
Pretty much.
Damn, dude.
That's the best way to put it. He always has to come from behind.
Ayrton Senna está correndo contra o tempo. Tem que se afinar com a equipe e ajustar o carro. Ele diz que está desconfortável. Esse carro já está sem os componentes eletrônicos usados pelos carros do ano passado. Ele não tem o controle de tração, o freio especial e a suspensão eletrônica.
Os carros, como eu já disse antes, de imediato são um pouco mais instáveis com a retirada da suspensão eletrônica. E um pouco mais difíceis, então, com consequência de pilotar. Talvez tenha mais carros rodando, saindo da pista. Então ali a gente talvez veja mais carros rodando, mais emoção para o público, né? Pra gente até o ponto que não acontece nada. Quando acontece alguma coisa, não é muito confortável.
Senna in second place. Almost 8 seconds between them now.
We're certainly not happy with the way things are with the car right as they are at the moment. The handling isn't particularly good.
The cars weren't supposed to have any of the electronic aids that they'd had the previous year.
Oh,
but
God.
Senna became convinced that the Benetton, being driven by Michael Schumacher, who had won the first 2 races of the season, had retained some of those, particularly the traction control, the thing that eliminates the wheel spin.
It didn't stack up that he was being blown away by the Benetton. He wanted us to protest, which we didn't do.
We are here starting from zero, so basically our championship starts here. It's not a comfortable position to be in, but that's the reality.
Now, you've won here 3 times already. You really do need to make it 4.
I would love to.
Eu nunca senti o Senna tão tenso como naquele fim de semana. Em nenhum momento eu vi ele sorrindo. Estava sempre muito compenetrado, aborrecido, entristecido mesmo.
Is it generally more one balance than the other, or it's just changing the two? However, a bit more on the
In the second lap, break away. The entrance. Why is it supposed to break away? It breaks away more.
Você já conhecia o Ayrton? Não precisa ser apresentado aí.
Não, já conhecia já.
Mas conhecia de nome ou pessoalmente?
Pessoalmente, né? Sempre, porque eu sempre tive acompanhando a Fórmula 1, então já tinha conhecido pessoalmente.
Você tá nervoso por quê?
Não, quando a gente fica perto de uma personalidade assim, sempre a gente fica emocionado.
Boa sorte pro campeão e pro futuro campeão.
Obrigado.
Oh my God! Wow, I thought that thing went into the stands.
Wow.
God, it just disintegrated like paper mache. I saw it moving in there. That's a good sign.
Wow.
You've seen Rubens.
He's all right. He's all right. He's shocked, of course, but he's all right. So, yes.
Okay, so I'm starting to take back what I said about losing all the aids on there, especially like traction control. Especially like there's going to be growing pains because now it's on the driver to control that. I mean, there's definitely elements that the driver can still control in there, but safety's the big thing, man. You can't be putting drivers out there to die.
Yeah, especially at those speeds, man. It's not like traction control in our vehicles. You know, it's a different level. We're not going 200 miles an hour.
Right, and we don't need to, speed that way to go to the grocery store.
No, not
We
at
just
all.
need to get from point A to point B in one piece. That's what we need.
Whereas they needed to keep them on the ground and alive. So
yes. It's basically like we said in the explainer video. It's like a plane, but upside down.
Yeah,
keeping on the ground as opposed to up in the air.
Yep.
Ayrton was still uncomfortable in the new relationship, and he was very uncomfortable with the car. But he struggled and put it on pole position.
Is that good?
Yeah, him doing things with that car, throwing it around a bit.
Wow. Wow.
Ugh.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
They're doing CPR.
Ladies and gentlemen, the San Marino Grand Prix organizer has received a report from the Maggiore Hospital in Bologna that the driver of car number 32, MTV Simtech Ford, Roland Ratzenberger, succumbed to injuries sustained in the accident which took place in the circuit during Saturday qualifying practice, April the 30th.
Man, I guess in that last pause, I spoke a little too soon. I mean, or maybe I accurately predicted it.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
Yeah. As I was looking down there, I was just translating what 320 kilometers per hour was. That's almost 199 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So
yep, that's still a hit. That's a hit.
That's a hit and a half right there. And there's with this where safety was in F1 and just motorsport in general back then, it's not as good of a chance of walking away from that.
That's a plane crash. If we're gonna keep, I think we call these planes. That's a plane crash. That's how fast this thing's going.
Yeah, it's basically a plane crash. Yeah.
It was the first time that we have to face a dead Formula One driver for our generation. The whole atmosphere was very heavy that afternoon, you know, and everybody was thinking about what are we doing here, or what's the point, you know.
Ayrton got very, very upset and cried a bit. And that's when I said to him, you know, Ayrton, you've been 3 times world champion, you're the fastest man in the world, and you like fishing. So I said, why don't you quit? And I'll quit, and we just go fishing. He said, Sid, I can't quit.
Oh. That's it, man. There is no quit in a racer.
No sábado, no jantar, o Frank Williams tinha dúvida se o Senna ia estar no grid. Eu mesmo tinha certeza que ele não queria correr. People just don't look happy.
Quando ele acordou, pediu para Deus falar com ele. E abriu a Bíblia e leu um texto que falava assim, que Deus ia dar para ele o maior presente de todos os presentes, que era ele mesmo.
Uh-oh.
todo mundo sai, repare, para lado para o outro.
Oh no, it's stopped on the track.
Já vem cheio. E aí, o Leto.
And there's shrapnel going anywhere. He went into the stands.
Terrível a pancada. Muita sorte de Lamy e de Leto.
Oh, okay. They're lucky.
Hell?
So they both escaped. They're okay.
O cara vai pra pista. Tem mais a placa ali do safety car. Isso quer dizer que o safety car deve se encaminhar para o box ali. E aí vai. Senna apontou. Schumacher é o segundo. E Michael Schumacher tenta botar pressão em cima de Ayrton Senna nesta sexta volta.
Wow.
So impressive seeing him.
That's crazy.
In his element.
Wow.
That's a tight course right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Just going through it like it's butter. Oh shit, I spoke too soon.
Senna bateu forte.
God damn.
Tamburello. A batida muito forte.
Oh my god.
Oh, he is dead.
No.
Or is he?
Oh
Is he?
no.
Come on, man, move.
Why aren't they getting him out of the car? I guess
Maybe
you
they're-
can't. You can't touch him.
Maybe not till the safety guys get there. But everybody knows.
Oh my god, dude.
We got him out of the cockpit, got his helmet off, got an airway into him, and I saw from his neurological science that it was going to be a fatal head injury. And then he sighed and his body relaxed.
And that was it.
And that was the moment, and I'm not religious, that I thought his spirit had departed.
Dude, that's...
Yeah.
Man.
even at racing speed, Tamburello is not a corner that you would make a mistake on. Something on the car would have to go wrong. Maybe the power steering failed. Maybe it was the tire temperatures that made the car skate straight off the road. It will always be a mystery.
Houve uma causa? Houve. Mas o que eu acredito mesmo é essa quebra na barra da direção. E o carro ficou incontrolável. Mas, acima de tudo, foi uma fatalidade. Porque a batida do carro no ângulo exato para que um braço de suspensão atingisse um capacete.
Ayrton ran out of luck. He did not have a broken bone in his body. He did not have any bruising. If that piece of assembly would have gone 6 inches higher or 6 inches lower, he would have walked back to the paddock.
God, that was just wrong place at wrong time.
God,
like
man.
It hit it at just the right angle. Oh my God. And, you know, they could say also the power steering broke, I think is what it was. But you could just see it on everybody's face. They knew they lost a generational talent right there.
And then like a week before this race, they lost someone else.
Well, that was the day before.
So,
yeah,
dude, shut the whole sport down, man, for a little bit and figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and
God.
then like I was saying earlier, two things from earlier. One, the loss of all of the aids on there, just throwing everything back. Like there was no grace period to wean them off of all of those electronic helping devices.
Yeah, they just said no, and that's it. And I'm like,
yeah, didn't give any grace period at all. And two, earlier, I think it was Senna's sister was saying that Ayrton was praying, and I think the phrasing was, I asked God today for guidance, for something to help, and he said he will give you God. And that to me, you know, I'm not a religious person, but I was like, I see what's coming here.
Yeah, hear me out, man. I mean, gut feelings are to be trusted. And he had a bad gut feeling going into this company completely.
Yeah, going into
like
Williams,
ever since he got there, he was uneasy. He wasn't home.
Yeah, he wasn't gelling with them. It just didn't like, man, like that's just a if he'd stayed in McLaren, like what could have been?
That's true too. He probably would have, you know, but I mean, there's so many things he could have done. But it's just it is what it is. It's the life of a racer, I guess.
Yeah, and
you
just
know,
and not just what he could do in his career, what he could do in his post career, because it said somewhere in there that he wanted to, how much he wanted to help the people of Brazil.
Yep.
Because everything had just gone to shit there, and he wanted to really make a difference.
Man.
Yeah.
Man,
So.
I'm telling you, man. It's just it's a shame, man.
Really
God.
is. Yeah.
Era ídolo para mim. Ele representava muito o Brasil. Beijo, Senna. Não te esquecerei nunca mais.
O brasileiro precisa de comida, educação e saúde e um pouco de alegria. A alegria foi.
Was that mom, his dad, his sister?
Yeah.
Yep. Man.
Respect for Prost.
Mark, last question. Who is or has been the driver that you get the most satisfaction racing against, past or present?
I would have to go back to 78 and 79 and 1980 when I was go-kart driving. I came to Europe for the first time to compete outside Brazil as a teammate for Fullerton, named Fullerton. He was very experienced and I enjoyed very much that driving with him because he was fast, he was consistent. He was for me a very complete driver and it was pure driving, pure racing. There wasn't any politics then, right? No money involved either, so it was real racing, and I have that as a very good memory.
Man, that says a lot, man.
Yep. Wow.
34.
34. Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Thank goodness.
Wow. Wow. Cool. No, that was awesome, man.
Man.
It's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like, especially when like he's very well filmed, very well like noticed. Like he has a lot of his. He's just very. He has a lot of film on him, right?
He's very well documented.
Yeah, to us, it would be the same when like Kobe died.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like a big, athlete, a generational talent. And to put to the motorsport analogy here, the whole funeral scene, it took me right back to February 2001 when Dale Earnhardt lost his life last lap of the 2001 Daytona 500. And I remember a story of when Dale Earnhardt's hauler left Daytona International Speedway to drive up 95 back to Charlotte, North Carolina. And someone took a photograph of nobody passing the hauler. Like, no one would let anybody pass that hauler. It's just a big sign of respect to the past legend. And, I just remember during that time, just everyone growing up in North Carolina and, everyone watched it and everyone was a big Dale Sr. fan. And it was heartbreaking. Everyone was just, so down in the dumps for a long time, and
for a long time.
And like luckily, like during the 01 NASCAR season, 3 weeks later, Dale Earnhardt's replacement driver really isn't the right term, but Kevin Harvick,
like a stand-in driver.
I wouldn't say stand-in. That's not even the right word either. But the guy who replaced Dale Earnhardt in the 3, which was number 29, won 3 weeks later in Atlanta, beating out Jeff Gordon by like a nose at Atlanta, which was a big healing thing. And then later on, Jeff Gordon wound up winning the championship, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the July Daytona race right after his father passed. So there was definitely healing there. But with this, like the fact that Ayrton Senna's one of his best friends was appointed to help with safety in the sport of F1.
Yeah.
Helped out a lot, and there hasn't been a death in F1 since. And also, what Senna wanted to do was to particularly help the children of Brazil, and that little bit saying that his what's the right word? His charity, his foundation, founded by his sisters, helped educate 12 million Brazilian children.
That's awesome.
Which that's healing right there.
Yeah.
That's
a legacy, and that his dude is the trustee.
Yeah.
His
exactly.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's like when you're in the moment, when you're competing, like you ruffle feathers, you butt heads, but there's a level of respect that is always given. For
Alain Prost, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it's him.
Like it'd be like the same as I know basketball. You grew up with NASCAR. I know basketball. It'd be like right now is like Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan. Like they hated each other when they were on the court. We're on the court, but
I knew that.
Outside the court, they just didn't bother with each other. But the respect was always there.
Right, yeah. And with my reference point, that would be Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
So
yeah. And I would say for us, at least my lifetime. I mean, this was during my lifetime. I was around when he passed. I didn't know anything about F1. I was born in '87. That happened in '94. There's no way in hell I'm watching F1.
Right, and of course I'm 2 years old, so I don't have any. I'm born in '92, so that's. I'm obviously not watching.
For us, the equivalent death in sports would have to be probably Dale, because that happened in the sport. And even though Kobe was out of the sport, he was very well known.
Yeah, well known. He was still maybe not on the court, but
not on the court, yeah.
But he was active in the sport of NBA.
Yeah,
and it's still very much in the public eye. So and a beloved figure.
Yes, and I think the other one would have to be Sean Taylor from the Redskins when he got and killed in Miami. That was the other one.
Yeah, that's
so.
I remember that.
It's tough, man. It's tough getting to know him like that through this documentary, knowing where it ends.
Yeah, I knew it did end. I just didn't know when it ended.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, or how it ended.
Yeah, that was a good documentary.
Yeah.
That was a good documentary.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
All of those reasons, 2 thumbs ups, not enough. 5, 6 thumbs is more appropriate for this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Whew, man.
Well, guys, girls, everybody, thanks for watching this one, and thanks for picking this in our Patreon. This was really
100%.
amazing.
This was good.
Yeah,
man.
I guess put down some more docs in the comments. Y'all have been following us a little bit. We've done docs on Jimmy Savile, Jeremy Clarkson, the Old Firm, Glasgow football deal, Britpop. What else?
War
documentaries. So it's basically education on cultures that are not the United States, stick and ball sports that are not NFL or NBA, motorsports that are not NASCAR, things like that.
Yep.
So that's our thing.
Yeah, I love this, man. I've been loving this journey with the dogs, man.
Yeah,
I've
me
been
too.
absolutely loving it, man.
Me too, brother.
Oh, man.
I love it, man. Anyway, guys, girls, everybody, somewhere around us, subscribe and watch another video. Wash your hands, grip your toes, wipe your ass, blow your nose, embrace the suck.
Unplug and do something epic, guys.
See y'all in the next one.
Later.
Fellas, we could be that mistake. Let's do this.